Okay guys, so what I'm going to get into right now is a full-out video of channeling. Now, what is channeling? Channeling is when you free your mind and you meditate, like sort of like a monk would, and you are very quiet in a nice quiet spot, and you want to be thinking. There's a place in your mind that scientists can't find called your conscience, okay? So you're going to use your conscience mind, and you're going to be awake, but you're going to be totally rested, your eyes closed, and don't think of anything else but love and goodness and what you want to speak to the ET about. And if there's a specific ET you're trying to channel, or if you're just trying to get a hold of any ET. So as you do it more and more, the better you're going to get at it, okay? So back in the ancient days, during the pyramid days, people used to control those pyramids with their minds, and control and fly the crafts faster than the speed of light with their mind. Now this might sound totally crazy to you, and you might want to click off right now, but I'm not some crazy person. There's been a lot of stuff going on in 2024 that's been revealed. If you haven't heard it by now, the government of USA and the government around the Pentagon and around everywhere has fully admitted to ETs and UFOs, that they've covered it up for the past 50 years. So with that being said, also the landing on the moon was fake because of what they actually found on the moon. They faked that because they didn't want you to know what really happened, which was all part of the cover-up. There was a ancient civilization with a city inside the moon. The moon is hollow. The moon is not like a natural Earth. Like, it's not a natural Mother Nature. It's not a national thing that occurred here. It's not a national thing that was just in space. It's man-made. Okay, that's what I mean by that. The moon is man-made, and it looks like many years ago, millions of years ago, it was locked to Earth. That's why it rotates with Earth, and you can only see the close side of the moon. You never ever see the far side. And that's the weirdest thing. They're talking about building moon bases and talking about building a moon base and having a moon base for the first time and this and that. They already have that moon base, okay? I've seen footage of an alien craft flying into a hole in the moon that opens up into another hole, which opens up into a city. There's also something called the secret space program that they've been doing for years. There's a thing called 20 and Back, where they would make you go and they would see what they need kids for. They would see what their talent is and what they're talented to do, and then they would use them in that area. And what they would do is they would get them to do this for 20 years on these different civilizations they have on Mars and a bunch of other planets that like Earth, at least 20 of them. They wear clothes like us. They have everything like us. Now, it's because they are us. They've taken people from here, people, orphans, people that are born. They take them and they train them until they're like 5 years old. And when they're 5 years old, they start intense training to be taken to this secret space program. NASA's in on this. NASA and the military are very in cahoots, okay? It's all about covering it up because they didn't want anybody else to know about this free energy and this power you can get from certain things that Tesla knew. Tesla knew that, you know, with all kinds of things, quantum computers and all these other things and harnessing energy from the sun, we could eventually, the whole world could have free energy. Now, they want to build something around the sun to harvest the total amount of energy from the sun, which would give everybody free power. Would they give us free power, or do they want to keep charging us even though they get it free? The government is covered up so many different things. Okay, I want to give you just a list of different things that I want to speak on. Okay, so the new tech I predict by 2030 would be a new world, look way different. Okay, AI, quantum computers. We're going to have 100 terabyte hard drives for the public use, 816K videos storage, super intelligent AIs. ETs will have hybrids much more often with humans. This means that human beings will have babies with ETs. probably the ones that look most like us, called alienoids. There's reptilians, there's the greys, there's all kinds of different species and races when it comes to extraterrestrials. UFOs are just their aircrafts that they fly in. Their aircrafts they fly in are so far advanced technology that we cannot understand it. Scientists have been trying to reverse engineer these crafts for over 50 years, and they still haven't been able to fully understand this technology. Okay, even while working with an alien named Conrad, trying to explain to them the way it works. So they have figured out how it works, but they don't know how to use it. So that's the thing. There's so many things that we don't know about that are very serious. Like, I think they'll be able to bring back extinct animals. Like, an example, saber-toothed tigers, birds, or woolly mammoths. Okay? Now, when hybrids are born, alienoid and a human, for example, imagine if somebody was born like this, okay? They grow up. Now, by the time they grow up, in 2030, we're definitely going to have AI modifications, right? Body modifications. We already have, if you cut off your leg, they can put a prosthetic leg. Not talking about that. I'm talking about things that they're going to have chips going into you. That could be Mark of the Beast. There could be 666 marked on this chip deep down in it. You don't know. They're going to put that in your body, okay? They're also going to have things called neurolinks being injected into your brain so you can control computers with thinking, just your mind. You'll be able to communicate with people while you're playing games by just thinking. Also, you'll be able to communicate with ETs just by thinking. You're going to be able to communicate with others by just thinking. This is in 2030 or maybe before, okay? They might be able to even bring back historical figures, artists, or presidents by cloning. Going in to dig up their graves, getting a piece of their bone, taking out some bone marrow, and using that for DNA to be able to clone past presidents and past historical figures, past artists, okay? We're not going to know what's going on between AI, superior AIs, okay? Then we're going to have these hybrid human alienoids that have super AI modifications that they can be neurolinked into an AI where they have the smarts of a supercomputer. So a supercomputer technology of in the mind, so you'll be as smart as a supercomputer, and with this ET biologics being a half and half, you're just going to be smarter and faster than anyone could ever imagine. These are the types of human beings we're going to have happening here. Hybrids. And I say if they have all three, AI, ET, and human, it's going to be an apex hybrid superhuman. Smarter, stronger, faster, smell better, hear better, see better, swim better, run better, climb better, balance better, levitate, fly pyramids with your mind. Yes, you might think this is all crazy talk and think that this guy's a kook speaking to you right now on your device, but this is all stuff that's going to be coming out by 2030. If you don't know about all these different things by now, the government has come out and admitted that there's extraterrestrials and that this has been a thing for the last 50 years. They did cover it up. If they've done that, think about what else they've lied about. Think about it. Really think about it. The people controlling the world are those families that are trillionaires. They are so rich that they tell our governments and our presidents what to do. The Russian president just came out and said he's going to support Black Jesus and a bunch of other stuff. Our world has gotten so weird in 2024 that I believe that, you know what, this is probably true. Aliens probably are real. Not probably. They are real. They've shown the proof. Military experts have came forward with the proof and whistleblowers, okay? Other things I'm predicting by 2025, Mars SpaceX colony started, robots up there, and 3D printers doing everything. Making clothing, okay, in 30 seconds, a nice outfit. They're going to be making, with 3D printers, they're going to be making organs, hearts, livers, you name it. They're going to be able to make it with 3D printers and microscopic computer that they're making. Microscopic computer arms and computer things, quantum computers, okay? Virtual reality, augmented reality is going to be so real, you're not even going to be able to tell the difference, okay? Interfaces are going to blow your mind. Interfaces that we talk to, like, you know, AI, GPT, hey, Amazon, or hey, you know, these things that we talk to, okay? Those are going to be where you're going to be able to design those. They're going to be an augmented reality, so it's going to be like a hologram. It's going to be able to speak to you. You're going to be able to program it like your avatar. You're going to be able to make it talk how you want, look how you want, you know, stuff like that. Now, computers and TV screens are going to be able to fold up like posters. Like, you're going to be able to roll your big, huge 50-inch flat screen up like a poster and take it. So it's going to be easier to transport tech stuff. And big, huge TVs are going to be easier to transport things in the future when it comes to big, huge TVs and big screen TVs. Okay, and people that can't channel, people that don't learn how to channel and cannot channel, either not being able to believe or not being able to free their mind, or just not having the talent to be able to do it, they're going to have headbands that are biolinks into our brains. That is just going to be a headband. It's not going to hook into your brain, but this is going to help you channel. Most people that are into this are going to be able to channel, but a lot of people aren't going to be able to. It's going to be about, maybe I'd say 75 won't be able to, 25% will be able to. And as you know, there's a lot of people doing this as we speak, and every time he channels, UFOs come. And this gentleman is very, 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 very smart. I don't even want to get into that right now because we're going to stay on topic of my predictions. 3D printed organs, cures for cancer and tumors, and computers and AIs are going to be doing all the work of like minimum wage workers in factories and all these little things that humans don't want to do. Okay. Thoughts for communicating in video games or ETs in real life. Okay. Bringing back historical figures. Okay. AI and ET human hybrids. Okay. This is crazy talk. You think it's crazy talk until you understand that it's going to happen. April 8th, there's a solar total eclipse. Okay. It's a lot coming. A lot of people are predicting the end times, stuff like this. All these different things are coming out nowadays. We've learned more now than we ever have. Okay, you need to know that aliens are real. Okay. Now, the Antichrist, the end times. Joel chapter 2, verse 31. Go read that. Okay, that'll explain some more things if you want to know. Pyramids are here to show us past life was already here. Okay, had this ET technologies that can travel faster than the speed of light. The mind is a very powerful and beautiful tool. People running this world know it. They know the deepest, darkest truths to Earth, the universe, the moon, the galaxy, all of it. They don't want to lose it because it's like we're the cavemen and they are us now. They are trillionaires and they do not want us people to all come together and all be peace. Because you know what? The aliens, they don't want to hurt us. They're going to try to tell you, the government's going to try to tell you, we're going to have to fight them. They're going to come here and try to take over. They're going to come here and eat you. They're going to come here and take you and take your sperm and get it impregnated into alien women. And they're going to impregnate our women. And they're going to try to kidnap our children. They're going to kill us. They're going to bomb us. This stuff is lies. Don't believe people that have lied to you for 50 years, okay? If these aliens wanted to do stuff to us, they could easily do it. They've already had many millions and millions of years to be able to do it, okay? They don't want to hurt us. They're actually coming here to try to help us and warn us that don't use nuclear devices. Don't blow up our beautiful Earth. Don't hurt each other and ruin our life. Live nice. Why do we have to use money? No other species use money. Animals don't use money to eat and live and be. They just eat. Every other species, anything on Earth does not use money. We're the only greedy ones that use money to try to be better than the other human being. Okay? We need to go back to everybody's equal. You find a piece of land and that's your land. You build your house on it and that's the way it used to be. I think those times are better. This being trillionaires and controlling the whole damn world and having us at the bottom running on a hamster wheel, I don't agree with that. And I think that now is time to wake up, everybody. See it for yourself. Clear your mind and channel your own self. It's not going to happen overnight. You're not going to do it the first time, okay? But just think about it. This could be a possibility. If ETs are real, think of the possibilities. And I said if, but I'm telling you right now, ETs are real. It's come out at the Pentagon. Military experts have come out. You know, guys have dedicated 40 years to this, trying to prove this, and it's now being proven. Okay. Money to control us. Animals don't have money. Other species, races, Mother Nature is free. Don't have money. Okay, they want to control us. It's all about control. It's all about mind control. Everything you've learned, unlearn it. Okay, they told us in school there was only 9 planets. Do you know there's thousands of planets? There's hundreds of planets like Earth. Okay, ETs, they want to come in. They want to live kind of here because their planet where they live, they can't repopulate anymore. Something happened where they can't reproduce anymore. So that's why they want to become so friendly with us. They want to become intergalaxy with us. They want it to be a type 2 civilization, but they don't want to come to a place that's so hostile that's going to blow itself up with nuclear weapons. So they want to make sure that we're going to all be peaceful, and then once everything's peaceful, they're literally going to come and be here on Earth with us, and it's going to be a type 2 civilization where you're going to be able to have an alien wife or an alien husband, stuff like that, alien children, vice versa. This is what it's getting to be. By 2030, this is what's going to be being introduced, okay? Now, we can all live free and happy, and you know what? ETs, they want to come down, and they literally can't reproduce anymore, so the only way to reproduce and preserve their species and their race is to have intercourse with human beings, okay? So people that have been taken aboard on spacecrafts before, like back in the day when they were taken and stuff, you know, people had said that they always were put on this table and girls were impregnated. Guys, they would take your sperm. Well, that's because they can't repopulate anymore. They need us to help them repopulate, okay? Now, they totally took away the middle class. Is rich and poor now. Aliens have races like us. The truth is there. They're not out to hurt us. People have had babies, and they're called hybrids. Okay, I know a lot of this is repeating itself, but I want to make sure I don't miss anything. Okay, so the secret space program, thousands of years has been going on. Okay, on Mars, the Moon, and hundreds of others like Earth are being started because the fact is the human being has known about this millions of years ago. Only recent times we are so confused and all taught the wrong stuff to brainwash us to think this is all there is. Only 9 planets, that you will die on these planets, you can't breathe on these planets, like Mars is all fire, you'll die there, and gases on all these other planets, you can't live on them. You know what? A lot of these planets you can live on. Okay? There's just so much going on nowadays. Everything you learned in school, 75% of it was BS, okay? But just think, this was 2024. You're going to find out. I know it sounds crazy, but clearing your mind to pure thoughts, talking to them with no words, telepathically. Have love in your heart. Okay? Monks do this. You know, they've had a moon base for centuries, since the pyramids. This is why the Bible and the Holy Quran and the Jewish Bible all speak on men 500 years old, 700 years old, hundreds and hundreds of years old. You know why? Because they had ancient technology and they had extraterrestrial technology, right? Okay? Back then, it was just a normal thing. So we, somewhere along the lines, we lost touch of what the real things were, like what's actually possible on Earth. And then when these people got in charge, they have that power that these ancient people back then in the pyramid days had. They have all this ancient technology. They just don't want us to have it because they do their rituals, the cabal, they do all their rituals, they do human sacrifice. There's something in kids when they're terrified, it releases a chemical in their brain that can actually be used to keep people younger and rejuvenate and put them back into a younger version of themselves, take away aging. This can mean you can live forever if this goes on for long enough. If their body gets too old, they take their everything out of their mind like a hard drive and they put it into a clone and they reset the clone. This has been going on for years and years and generations and hundreds of thousands of years with these Freemasons and these people that are so-called the families that run the earth, Illuminati, whatever you want to call them, the cabal. These families, they do not want it to go outside these families, so they will do anything they possibly can. They've covered up, they've killed, they've done everything you can think of, okay? Now, P. Diddy just went down. We all know he was part of the elite. That's their fall guy, I guess. I don't know. All that's coming out nowadays. They don't want any more of their people to be exposed, trust me. They're going to do anything they can to keep anyone else from being exposed. This does not look good for them. And it's just a lot of information. So we're going to have to do a bunch of live streams and we're going to have to talk about this further. But there's a lot more information that I have that I want to go over with you guys. It's just there's so much information. I can't get it all out in one video. Okay, so just stay tuned and know that, oh, the way how this relates to jail and relates to my channel also, for those that are saying, this is a prison channel, a true crime channel, why are you talking about this? What the hell does this have anything to do with anything? Channeling, talking to aliens, freeing your mind, kind of reminds me of being in the hole. When you're in the hole for 6 months or longer, you know, maybe even 2 months for some people, a month for some people, depending on how long you're in there, how much you can handle, how much your mind can handle before it breaks down, you're going to have to free your mind. They have now come out and said this is cruel and unusual punishment, that this should not happen. But this has been happening in our jails and prisons for many, many years. They throw you in the hole with nothing. Here in Canada and Toronto, they put you on a thing called LOPE, loss of all privileges, where they literally take your mattress for the whole day in the morning after breakfast and give it to you back late at night when you're going to go to sleep. So you're in there on a hard steel bunk. You got nothing. Okay, no reading material, no nothing, not even a Bible. You know, a month or two might go by, chaplain might come, you might request to see the chaplain, then you might get a Bible. And you might be lucky to be able to keep it. You go for a shower, they might even take it out of your cell. Like, they're so ruthless and rude and ignorant. They'll feed you bad food. They'll give you last week's lunch for dinner. They'll give you yesterday's breakfast for lunch. It's just brutal. And yeah, you don't want that. But yeah, so when you're in the hole, you got to free your mind and let your mind be out of that cell. You got to let your mind roam free and let your mind look places. Now, they say somebody can concentrate hard enough, they'll be able to see what's going to happen in the near future or the distant future. They say you can concentrate hard enough that you will be able to free your mind in such a way that you'll be able to channel to these ETs. So channeling is like being in the hole, sort of. Freeing your mind, someone that's been in the hole for long periods of time, that had to free their mind in order to stay sane with the PTSD, stress, and anxiety of it all, it's going to be easier for you, my friend, to learn how to channel if you don't think I'm nuts and not believe in any of this. But if you do not believe in any of this, just go check out on Tubi a 3-part series called UFO Revelations. It's all there. Just go look on Tubi. It's all been spelled out in the Pentagon. It's all legit, okay? It's been a cover-up for the last 50 years, the biggest cover-up in the history of the United States. This is the biggest news in the history of mankind. I don't know why nobody's talking about it. I don't know why people are not making more of a bigger deal out of this, because we literally are not here alone. We are here in this earth, and out there in space, in this universe, there's millions of races and life forms. This is Eddie from Talking Time at a 6. We'll see you in the next one. Tons of shorts that I just put out today about this topic, but you can't really get into too much on a short. So just understand that we're still going to be doing the jail channel. We're still doing everything to do with true crime, prison, all that stuff. If you want an interview, hit me up. But I got to dig into this a little more, and we got to speak on this in the next live. All right? See ya.